On Salvage Hunters, Drew gets excited by upcycling at a dealer's in Shropshire.
I love your shed. Chicken shed. That is brilliant. That's fantastic.
And at a historic home in Wales, Drew aims to pot a winner.
Oh.
But it proves trickier than he thought.
They've got active woodworm. Either get rid of them or burn them.
At an unconventional museum in Buckinghamshire, Drew takes a trip back in time.
I had that bedspread. Didn't you have that doll as well?
But striking a good deal turns out to be far from child's play.
They go for quite a lot, I think, don't they? 500?
No.
Drew...
Oh, my word, look at this.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
I just love it. Oh, yeah, that's a belter, isn't it? What is this? Wonderful. It's lovely.
In his hunt for treasure,
I was thinking 400 to 500 quid each.
he bargains hard.
Can we meet in the middle, 275?
And there's nothing he won't buy.
Ugly old men sell really well.
With help from his wife Rebecca
He's all yours. I hope you've got a nice little kennel for him.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems. In Conwy, North Wales, Salvage Supremo Drew Pritchard is making sure business is running at full pelt.
Lovely. Get on the website.
Hello, Drew Pritchard. Fantastic. All yours. Yep, I'll sort out delivery.
Drew and T have been enticed to their next salvage location by another local dealer. They're driving just 65 miles away to the Welsh border.
Right, T. We're off to see a guy called Andy, who has got a sort of little salvage, retro, vintage, reclaim place. Brilliant. Never been here before.
Oswestry is an ancient market town near the Welsh-Shropshire border. Its frontier position means the town has had a turbulent history, and evidence of old fortifications are still visible in the street names. Also home to one of Britain's just 8 minutes from the town centre, and also preserving pieces of history, is Andy Jennings. The Old Yard salvage business specialises in upcycling, where they take old and unused items and repurpose them for another use.
We've been running the Old Yard here now for about 3 years. But I've always been in antiques one way or the other, since I was a kid, really. Had our first shop 26 years ago. Didn't tell the wife, just came back and said, I've opened this shop. Our business, mostly it's the upcycling. So there's no sort of thought, oh, we're going to do this. It's just find something and make something out of it, basically. Drew today, I hope he'd be interested in some of the lighting. I hope he might be interested in some of the upcycled stuff, but we'll wait and see. Because you wouldn't have seen it anywhere else.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hi. Who are you?
Andy.
T.
Andy. Drew.
Drew, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
Not heard of this place before. Keen to have a look around.
Great.
Should we get in?
Yep. Plenty to show you.
Oh, cool.
There we go.
Oh, I see. So you're doing a lot of sort of
Upcycling.
That's unusual. That's like is that a milking machine?
Old milking machine, yeah. Prototype.
Never seen that before.
No.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like to see people's take on stuff. First impressions walking into the warehouse. Great. Upcycling is not new. There's now a little bit of a trend going on it, and everybody's upcycling furniture. This is no small operation. He's really going for it. These are kind of funky. They're dentist ones.
Yes, yeah. There is another one. Just literally had them in a couple of days ago.
That one's missing a caster.
That's missing it. I might have a spare one outside. I'll just check.
That one's jammed down. That one's lock solid as well. Trying to think if they've got enough of a look about them. I think they have. One thing I've seen here are some low stools, and they look like they're from a dentist's or possibly a hairdresser's. They're extremely well made, beautifully constructed, great design, and stools of any form we can sell.
These late 20th century stools are made by Siemens, the 173-year-old engineering firm known as a bastion of clean, simple design. Once the caster is replaced and the stools are cleaned up, this trio could be worth around £170 each.
How much are they?
Best yours.
If you've got a caster, yes.
Okay.
Lovely. Yeah, cheers.
One deal done, and Andy wants Drew to see the storage container out back, where the non-workshop items are kept.
Here we go.
So what have we got in here then?
All sorts of bits and bobs.
Unrestored again?
All sorts, really. You just have to
Sift.
sift. There's quite a nice light down there, which...
Oh, yeah.
Had those before.
Yeah, I buy those whenever possible. Just pick it up.
You all right there?
Yeah. Have you got any more?
No, I did have a collection of them, but that's the only one I've got.
It's Revo, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're now outside and there's a shipping container out here, and right in the back of it, on the floor, there is an old street light. Really charming. Great colour.
Early 20th century light was produced by Midland's electrical firm Revo. Made from cast iron and in an unusual bow shape, it would have been an electric outdoor light. Once the missing mirror segments are replaced and the light is cleaned up, it could be worth around £300.
Not so interested in the bracket, but
No.
it is an original one. But, yeah. 80 quid?
80 quid, lovely.
Deal, thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice, that.
Yeah.
Lovely. Just love them like that.
Resto on it's fairly straightforward. It's a wipe and a rewire and then convert to pendant. That's it. There's nothing more to do to it. What I'm buying is the patina. That's what I want.
Drew's happy with his haul so far, but is determined not to miss out on any other potential bargains.
Right, OK.
Looks like they've been outside for ages and ages. They're very, very basic, but they'll clean up well, and I've got a load of boxes, and I can get hold of plenty of boxes and fill those up. They sell remarkably well.
These early 20th century simple wrought iron deed racks would probably have been used in a solicitor's basement for filing and storage. Although very worn, once restored and with boxes added, they could be worth around £300.
What do you want for as is?
40 quid.
Sold.
Sold.
Thank you.
Tidy.
Is that each or a pair?
Pair.
Happy days.
Good, good.
Yep. At this sort of prices, I just can't leave the stuff alone. I've got to buy it. I love your shed. That is brilliant. That's fantastic.
Bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you make it?
No, I just bought it like that.
You bought it like that? It's brilliant.
Just put it up.
Have we certainly not bought one before? Seen you buy worse cars? I've MOT'd worse than that. Yeah.
This garden shed from the late 1800s may have been used as a pig pen or chicken coop. In good condition and with its original wheels, once cleaned out, it could be worth £1,000.
Age-wise, the wheels on it are 19th century. The frame has been replaced. It's just been mended and mended and mended and mended. It is into the 19th century. It really is, you know. It's got a fair bit of age to it.
What would you want for it? Just out of...
Well, it's a mess of 150.
Antiques dealer Drew Pritchard is at an upcycler's paradise, bid on a 19th century shed. But will he accept owner Andy's price?
What would you want for it? Just out of...
Well, it's a mess of 150.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm having that.
Great.
Yeah.
We're going to repair the door, put another door on it, clean it all out, make sure it's structurally absolutely sound, do a couple of small modifications to it. Favourite purchase of the year. I'm just made up with it. It's brilliant. You have to trust me on this one. This is desirable.
The thing that surprised me was the chicken shed. I wouldn't have put that down for him in a million years, but there we go. Drew and T, yeah, fantastic guys.
I bought a few good bits at very, very well bought prices, and I bought something that just made me giggle, and I can't wait to sell it.
I think we pulled off a bit of a coup. Sorry, I know it's terrible. I just couldn't help myself.
Drew's taking his haul to the team in Wales. They need to get everything back to the warehouse and into the workshop.
Hello, hello.
Greetings.
Hello. You all right?
How are we?
Been to the old yard. We got some very, very, very good things.
Oh, no.
Another one of those. Good grief.
That's quite good condition compared to the other ones.
Take that off. Can you turn it into a pendant? Look, it's got like camouflage.
But the little mirrored top, is, I mean, Carl's face was a picture because these are a nightmare to restore. They're not that common to come across. £80 is fine, that's tops, because there's a lot of restoration to do on this.
Nobody look, don't look. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
Do you not get nervous?
I
when
bought
this
you
happens?
a travel office.
That'll be good, this.
Okay.
Come on.
Look, now.
Oh, my.
Oh, I love it.
How fantastic is that? How much do you think it was? And how much do you think it's worth? All done up, tarted up.
You paid 150 quid.
150 quid.
The chicken shed. I think only Drew and I can get this. I mean, Gavin and Carl, well, they thought we'd lost our marbles. I absolutely adore it.
The team gets straight on with the chicken coop after a new door is fitted.
Going in.
Elwyn waxes the cleaned up floor and sands back any loose nails or bits of metal.
This is shouting you laid an egg.
And Carl has been asked to add lighting. He runs a new cable along the roof and wires in a pendant light.
That's better.
Then Gavin needs to clean up the underside.
I'm just going to rub these wheels down a bit because they're a bit rusty and Drew wants some
Fills in wax and gives the bottom a coat of wood dye to restain it.
Cool, finished, ready for photography.
The repaired coupe is then ready for Larry to photograph. And for Drew's final verdict.
Good, isn't it? It's taken a lot of work to get it to look like that, hasn't it? I never sold a chicken shed before. I think it's brilliant. Love it.
And Drew has asked Carl to get on with the mirrored lantern.
What we're going to do is convert it into a suspended light fitting.
He needs to remove the old fitting before he can begin adapting it as a pendant.
Right, safety first.
Carl solders the brass inner sleeve to the new brass tube. With a new hook and rethread, the adapted street lamp is now ready to go onto the website as a household pendant. For their next salvaging spot, Drew and T are driving just 30 miles away to the estate of Plas-Dinham, where they've received an invitation to visit one of Wales's most famous Grade 2 listed houses. They've got the rare opportunity to find some treasures connected to one of the country's most illustrious families.
The lady we're going to see, her great-great-aunts were very famous collection to the Welsh National Art Gallery.
Do you know why Impressionism is called Impressionism?
No?
It's a painting by Monet, The Impressions of a Lily, I think it was, something like that.
Really?
Some pointless the other day.
Plas-Dinham in Llandudno is the ancestral home of Welsh industrialist David Davies. Davies made his fortune in Victorian Wales, constructing the early railway system, before striking gold in the coal mining industry. His success allowed him to open Barry Docks in 1889, which went on to become the largest coal port in Britain. With his newfound wealth, Davies bought the stunning home of Plas-Dinham.
I'm sure I didn't appreciate it as much as I should growing up here. It was just home to me. But we certainly had lots of fun, lots of hide and seek in the garden. My parents moved out 3 years ago. Now it runs as a holiday house.
There's also a plethora of outbuildings untouched for decades and calling out for a certain salvage expert's eye.
We've got a big wish list of things that we'd like to do to upgrade the house. So if we can raise a little bit of money to help towards that, then that would be great.
Hi there.
Hello there.
Drew.
I'm Eldred. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm T.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Thank you very much for having us. That's a fantastic table. All of this stuff stays in here when the house is rented out.
It is. I mean, it's been here, always been here, and we feel that it belongs here. So, we thought, do we clear it out and put other things in? But it's part of the house.
God, it's lovely.
This 17th century centre table is made from Welsh oak. Although it's not for sale today, it could potentially fetch £8,000 on the open market.
It's had some work done to it. I'm not sure this breadboard end here, I'm not sure that's original. Sometimes had the tops replaced time and time again, and I think the top's been replaced. But oh, no, it hasn't. If you look underneath, it's the way the wood is sawn.
Right.
So this would be pit sawn. So they couldn't pick the trees up. So when a big oak fell, they literally dug a pit.
Well, David Davis, who bought this house, he was called Top Sawyer because his original job was the man at the top sawyer, the man at the top of the pit. So before he got his engineering jobs and coal and built Barry Docks and all the rest of it, then actually that's what he was a top sawyer.
God, well, he was a tough bloke. Then that's a really hard job.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking. And people, when they come here, they can use this.
Yeah.
We might have to test this to make sure it's all right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Make it a good...
Let's see what he can do, shall we?
I love the billiard room.
Oh, potted the white.
I was meant to do that. I haven't played in a while.
I think you need some practice, Drew.
Usually, really holes. Today, not great. Pool, I'll have you pull your pants down, but this, I'm not going so well today.
Yay! 1.
But like any pro pool shark, Drew's always got one eye on the prize.
Well, I've been spotting around the house. I've seen 2 or 3 now. You've got these cabinets here. They're called Amberg cabinets. They're American. One thing that looks completely out of place in here, apart from me playing snooker at the moment, is there's a pair of oak Amberg filing cabinets. Now, I've had loads of these. They're sectional, and they slide together. Not the easiest things in the world to sell, and a pig to restore as well. The only reason they don't sell very well is you pull the drawer out, and it's got a filing sprung clip, but they look great.
Cameron Amberg and Company of Chicago, Illinois, was a printer, stationer, and manufacturer of blank books and letter files, established in the late 19th century. These oak letter file cabinets were designed in the 1920s. In restored condition, they could have a value of £600 for the pair.
Are any of these for sale, or are you still using them?
This isn't necessary to be in here, so no, we would consider selling this. I think there might be one in an outbuilding somewhere.
Okay, if we can have a look at the other one.
Okay.
And I'll make an offer on that as well. Okay. There, yeah?
Yeah, there they are.
We've got active woodworm in the side here, see?
Okay.
Feel those. When you look into a woodworm hole, if it's clean, like that, see it's clean inside, that means they're active, they're in there. So either get rid of them or burn them.
Yeah, yeah, so before they spread
Before they spread to everything else. Yeah, and the roof and most of the timber structure.
Yeah, okay.
It's not good.
Perils of old furniture.
Yeah. With items like this, the profit percentage is small, so you can't really do any work to them. The 2 down in the sheds were completely full of active woodworm. It ain't worth it. I'm just going to be losing money, so we just have to walk away.
Woodworm in old furniture can be treated using a liquid pesticide, but once the infestation has taken hold, it can be a massive job to get rid of it and patch up the wood. With this...
These don't look too bad now, do they?
No,
That's the other one.
shiny enough.
Yeah.
No woodworm.
No woodworm. A couple £100. I know it's not a great deal. Up to you. You don't have to.
Antiques expert Drew Pritchard is on a house call to Grade 2 listed Plastinum, overlooking the Severn Valley in Wales.
Oh, lovely. Isn't it beautiful, too?
He's interested in a pair of American letterfile cabinets. But will current custodian Eldred rubber stamp the deal?
A couple £100. I know it's not a great deal.
Right there anyway.
They don't look right here, do they?
So I'd be happy with that. That's good.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cool.
With the filing cabinet signed and sealed, Drew heads to the old estate offices, unused since World War II.
We've got all sorts in here then. What did it ask for?
It's for being an egg.
I think
It's
that's
an egg.
about right, isn't it?
It is an egg.
It's an egg. For what reason?
No idea.
It's to get hens broody, I think.
Yeah, to get them laying more eggs,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Nest eggs are used to encourage a hen to lay in a particular would have been made of wood or glass. These ceramic or porcelain ones are probably mid-20th century and could be worth around £100.
Are these for sale?
Yeah. I can't think that they...
What can you do
we
with
have
these?
any eggs,
Much-
any hens that we want to lay eggs at the moment.
I'm just trying to think what a value of them is. What they're worth. So 50 quid? For 20? What do you think?
That sounds fine.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have a deal on that then.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Thank you very much. Today was great fun. We didn't buy much. Normally, for me, I'll get invited to houses like this and not be... And if I've been fair in the first instance, maybe they'll think of me first for the better pieces. Or they've got a friend. That's how it works. Eldred was lovely, charming, great fun, and was happy to let those couple of things go.
It was a very interesting day. I enjoyed meeting Drew and T. Yeah, I think I've learnt a lot taking on a house like this. We've had to learn about the maintenance and upkeep, and actually part of it is learning a bit about the furniture, thinking about how we can protect it so that we can keep it and make it last for another 100 years or 200 years.
So we've got some eggs.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave one in the kitchen.
What you should do when we get back is you just throw one to Rebecca.
With their dastardly plan hatched, Drew and T head back to Conwy to see what the team will make of their Welsh pies.
Hello. Had a good time.
Yeah, it's all right actually. On a farm,
Eggs?
so I've got some eggs. Here. They're ceramic eggs. Aren't they good? I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them.
I don't think Drew's ever come back with creative eggs. But hey, there's always a first time for selling broody hen's eggs.
The nest eggs get a polish, ready and waiting for someone to shell out on them. The Amberg cabinets also get a once-over with a new coat of shellac. One of the most important elements in running a successful antiques business is a variety of stock, so Drew and T are heading to a place that promises just that. They're driving 200 miles south to one of the country's quirkiest museums.
The Chiltern Open Air Museum, they specialise in saving buildings. They take them down, bring them to the site, and resurrect them again to their former glory. Drew, in comparison, goes into old buildings and rescues the contents.
There's a few people in the country that do this. They're calling us in because they've got bits and bobs lying around in the outbuildings, lots of them. I'm hoping we can get some decent pieces of architectural items, to be honest with you.
On the edge of the Chilterns, an area of outstanding natural beauty, and has had numerous notable residents and visitors. These include legendary explorer Captain James Cook and the 17th century poet John Milton, who came here to escape the devastating plague of London in 1665. Today, many visitors come here not for their health, but to visit the Chiltern Open Air Museum and soak in its history. Drew is meeting trustee Chris Clacton-Stevens and museum director Sue Shave.
We moved here in 1976, first of all, and onto this part of the large country estate. And the museum's grown over the 40 years since then. More than 40 years, sorry, I got that wrong. We have to work it out.
We're a museum of historic building.
The museum, it has, of course, a lot of objects, some in the buildings and some which are still in store. We have quite a lot of stuff here which is not accessioned. These are things which really aren't doing us any good, so we're quite happy to part with some of those at the right price if the right dealer comes along to get them.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome. I'm
Sue.
Sue Shave, Director of the Chiltern Open Air Museum.
How you doing?
Wonderful to
Morning.
see you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Very welcome.
Incredibly beautiful and interesting place already.
Magical.
I'd love to see the chapel.
Yes, come and have a look. Come and have a look. You're going to love it.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
Fantastic.
Do you know this is actually a prefab? It's a prefabricated building.
These chapels, I love them. They're littered all over Wales. Lots and lots of them. There was one in our village. So I love them.
I can see a problem with this room, though.
What's that?
It's a massive leak over there.
I thought you'd like that.
The buildings on site are rescued from other locations and rebuilt and restored here. They range from a 1st century Iron Age house to a 20th century public loo. Sue wants to take Drew to a small selection to show him the variety of material they salvage.
Right, so this is Hadnam Cottage.
Newest building.
This country furniture like this is something I absolutely love, particularly cricket tables. I buy these whenever we possibly can. This has got really good wear to the stretchers. Really nice, that one. Right, well, let's have a look at some more, please.
Yes,
I'd really
please.
like to.
You must come and see the 1970s bedroom.
Don't get that offer every day, do you?
Yes.
I had that bedspread. My mum has probably still got it. It's folded up in the airing cupboard somewhere. I can guarantee it. Oh, my God. It's like going back in time. Me and my brother had bunk beds as well.
Didn't you have that doll as well?
Arriving at the Chiltern Open Air Museum, it's what you expect, but on a much grander scale. It's quite an achievement. But everything here belongs to the trust and can't be removed. So we're now going to go and look at some places where hopefully there's some bits we can buy. And if they're pulling down and removing old buildings like this, there's bound to be loads of stuff left over.
One of the museum's storage areas is a reconstructed Nissen hut, originally designed in World War I as, amongst other things, portable accommodation or command and supply centres. Sue and Chris are taking Drew to start.
Luton area.
Is this stuff that can go?
Most of it is, yes. There's one or
All
two
right.
pieces that are too large for us to move, I'm afraid, but most of it, yes.
Okay,
We would be
okay.
interested in discussing.
All right. This lantern would be of interest.
There are two, actually. There's one
I
behind.
can see that one's got a fair bit of damage to it. This one's still got its frog attached to it as well.
We're now in this superb old Nissen hut, and we walk in, and there's one thing I can spot it straight away. Very simple to see. There's a pair of streetlights, lanterns, up on the top shelf.
You would want the most inaccessible things in the...
Generally, yes, we do. Yeah, you're right.
They're on their frog as well, which is the thing that holds them. That four-pronged thing, that's called a frog. And then it's got the ladder bar coming out from there. So the guy who lights the gas... How quaint, lovely.
These 19th century gas lanterns are made from folded copper and have lead corner detailing, which would have acted as vents to allow the heat to escape. It's unusual to find outdoor lanterns with this degree of age and wear still visible. Once the glass is refitted and they're cleaned up, they could be worth around £900.
Who do we talk money with?
Both of us.
Okay. You know what you're looking at, so what would you like for them?
Make us an offer.
Ballpark, what would you be happy with?
Middle hundreds?
They go for quite a lot, I think, don't they?
Shame
1,000?
they've got these really good... Oh, God, no.
No?
No. We're low hundreds, to be honest with you. Not mid. Because of the state they're in, that's all.
500?
Drew Pritchard is at Chiltern Open Air Museum in Buckinghamshire.
You're going to love it.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
Fantastic.
He's bid on a pair of 19th century open air lanterns, but will museum director Sue Shave get him up on price?
500?
No.
Too high?
Too high. 300 the pair.
Would you go to 400?
No. I'd be pushing it, to be honest with you. I'll meet you in the middle at 350, but that is done. I'm finished then. I can't go any further.
Okay, well, I think if Chris is happy, then...
Yeah,
we'll
Right, so that's
go for
fine.
that.
Accept what you say.
Yeah, that's all right. That is what it is.
Price was $350 for the pair. That is all of their money in the condition they're in. There's quite a lot of work involved. It's fiddly. They've got to be reglazed. That's the easy bit. And then a drilled bar up through the finial. and then a hook, and then a chain. So there's all that, then we can sell it. There's a pile of these. Would you let those go?
I think
Or are
we'd
they
be
part
happy
of the
to let
collection?
that go. No, I don't think they're accessioned.
How many are there? I don't know how many
Quite a
there are.
few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, they're rather nice.
They're just really naive. That's what I like.
Intrigued to know what you're going to sell them for.
No idea. Never had any before. I've had plant ones and all sorts, but I've never had these.
They're iron, so you're worth something.
Yeah, no, they're good. A really unusual item you see there is some cast iron markers. They're interesting and they're decorative, and I've not had any before. They're no good in the shed. They're not doing anybody any good, but they may be of use to somebody else.
This set of 9 iron markers were probably made using sand casting, whereby a shape is as often used to mass-produce metal items. These were possibly used to mark out train tracks during railway building in the early to mid-19th century, and could be worth around £300.
One bid, 150 quid.
That's actually exactly what I had in mind.
Fair enough. Sold. Sold. Wonderful, thank you.
2 deals done and £500 spent, and Drew's on a salvaging roll.
These would be of interest.
Right.
These would be. Another thing we saw was some old industrial light shades on the top shelf. I think they would have had a glass cowl cover on them, or maybe a wire one, which is now missing. No biggie. The paint's good, the design is good, the size is good. Small lights like that, whenever we put them on the website, sell pretty quickly. I'm not sure what people are doing with them, but they sell fast.
And would have originally been found in an industrial setting. With lighting, pairs or sets are often easier to sell. So, once cleaned, waxed, and with a new bulb put in, they could be worth around £80 each.
50 quid.
Each or all?
Soup, really. All. For all. Yeah, that would be, I'd be done on that one. 50 quid.
Right, fine.
Yes, no? Yeah, yeah, fine. Deal, sold. Wonderful.
Right.
Cool. All right, we're done in here.
Right.
With 3 deals done, Sue now wants Drew to see one of the massive storage containers on site.
Wow. These are interesting. Was there a top, a big slab? Things we find in the storage unit is a large pair of stoneware glazed sink supports. I don't think you can buy these things anymore. I've not seen them on the open market. So any type of good industrial design that can relate into the home setting, or even with these, a garden, you know, they're going to be frost-proof. Condition is really exceptional for them.
These are 20th century enamel sink bases, and would originally have formed part of a longer line of sink stands, probably mounted with a timber or steel frame. With no work needed, they can be sold as they are, and will be worth around £350 for the pair.
What do you want for them?
You tell us, what do you pay for things like that?
150 the pair.
Would you go to 200?
Seriously? 80. All right, there on them. All right, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I like those. Amazing. Oh, those could be. What about the chairs?
Yes, they were called chairs. I don't know if that's of interest.
Yeah, slightly different model. Blue, so I've seen what size they are. Children's size. Yeah.
Yes, they
have the
several different sizes.
Several different sizes, and they were. I think there was 4: yellow, red, blue, green. Yeah.
4 sizes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think this model actually with the double back bar was in the catalogue from 1965, I think.
This set of 7 chairs are by Chiltern-based designers Ercol. The family company, founded by Italian-born Lucian Ercolani in the 1920s, is known for its ergonomic designs, and for popular once wiped down, these chairs could be worth around £50 each.
These being this size, would that be of interest? It knocks the value. It does. £15 each.
I reckon actually we can get more than that. Yeah. Frankly.
You wouldn't go any higher?
Max I can go is 20 quid each.
140.
That's it.
Okay, well, 140 doesn't seem too bad, does it?
That's all right.
Yes.
I'd rather them be full size. I'd rather pay more.
Okay. Yeah,
But
Right.
being child size, they are what they are. Generally, these will go into somebody who's got a sort of design-led house, and they want something for the children's little desk in their bedroom.
Drew salvaged 24 items from the museum's past, and before he heads home, there's one more piece of history Sue wants him to experience. Drew is out of his usual salvage comfort zone.
It's very big, isn't he?
Yes, he is
Right
very
at me.
big, yes.
Right at me.
It's ready for work. It's okay.
So
You're
we're going
all
to harrow
right.
the field.
Bit nervous?
No,
No,
not at all.
good.
Heavy horses were the main sources of ploughing power until World War I.
Great big horse.
And the museum aims to recreate faithfully the old ways of ploughing and harrowing or smoothing out the churned earth.
So, left is come round.
Come round to the left, yeah. All right, turn him now.
Okay, come round. Come round. Come round.
Nice and steady. Good boy, Hal. Come round again.
Come round. Come round. Whoa. Good boy.
So how was that then?
Uh,
I thought you were pretty good, actually.
Ploughing, all yours. Hand over the reins. Dealing with Chris and Sue, a pleasure, nice and easy to deal with. It was nice to meet people who are very passionate about what they're doing. I really, really enjoyed seeing all the buildings here. They're doing an amazing job here, actually. This is really, really good.
We had no idea what he might fancy and pick up on, but he found things which we're pleased about and things which we weren't honestly aware of. Some of them were even there, so that was good.
With so much new stock, Drew's keen to get it back to the...
Good trip.
Yeah, not bad, actually. Hello, chaps. How you doing? I've been to Chiltern Open Air Museum. It's one of those places where they, take down buildings and save them, put them everywhere. Fantastic. Seriously good. An unusual find. These were 150 quid for the set. I just thought they were interesting, quite naive, quite basic, and they could be used for all sorts of things.
Branding irons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could have all of you branded. That'd be good. Pair of really nice and authentic. So there's some structural stuff to do inside, but the best thing is they're complete. There's nothing missing at all. A little bit of soldering to do. Don't clean them, don't polish them, don't do anything. Reglaze, paid £350 for the pair.
That's the sort of top end price for them, but wait till you see them finished.
Gavin turns his attention to the large lanterns. He needs to replace the cracked glass. He carefully marks out the shape he wants to cut using one of the undamaged original panes.
We want it to look quite old, so that's why I'm using this glass.
Before using a special scalpel to score the glass and break off the excess.
There you go. See if it fits now. That's all.
With the glass replaced in the large lanterns, once they're rewired and the frogs removed, they're fully restored and ready to be snapped up. Carl is also working on the light fittings. They're refitted and ready to be sold as pendants.
That's good.
From the old yard, once the deed racks are waxed and some new shelves are added, they sell quickly to one of Drew's regular London-based customers. And it's the same customer, a well-known chef, who also buys the restored coop for his unique collection of rare breed chickens.
I was 100% confident this was going to sell. I had absolutely no worries. I thought there would be a queue, and there was. It is different. That's the key to it. It's fun, it's usable, and the best thing is you can leave it outside for another 100 years and it'll only get better.